if you lost your Redmi, you can lock it. They have flashed the phone. They flashed the phone, but they couldn't get that security
Redmi is just like
out of it.
Redmi is just like a low budget Samsung.
What do you mean?
Wow.
What do you mean?
All right, you're welcome to my YouTube channel once again. Today we'll be talking about iPhone and Android. And first of all, I want you to guess between those two persons I have in the house today, the person who is using iPhone and the person who is using Android. Can you please tell us? Write in the comment section if you actually got the person right, the person who is using iPhone. I won't tell you until, of course, somebody is going to support iPhone, somebody is going to support Android. But don't wait till the end. Make sure you drop your comment at probably the 6 seconds mark, so that we know that you are sure of who is using an iPhone and who is using Android between the two of them. I think you can see it written on their faces. Alright, so with me today I have Mr. Samuel in the house. You please introduce yourself and tell us what you do and just anything you want us to know about you.
Alright, so as I said previously, my name is Samuel. You can also call me Ionic or Cyanic, anyone that fits you. And I'm a software developer. I do DevOps and things like that. And just so you know, I'm the Android user. He's the iPhone user. Thank you very much.
You are what?
I am the Android user. I am the Android user. Just so you know.
Just so we know. Alright, so if you have not dropped your comment before he has mentioned that he's an Android user, then probably you have missed out. Okay, so we have with me AY Royals in the house. So please, can you introduce yourself, tell us what you do, and any other thing you want us to know about you?
Okay. AY Royals, a graphic designer and a video editor. I think that's all about me for now.
That's all you want us to know about you?
For now.
A graphic designer, video editor, and what? Okay, that's all you want us to know about you. So today we'll be looking at a very interesting topic. The two persons who came the last time, they wanted to dive into that matter, but then we have to stop it so that it does not cause trouble. So I'm very sure that these two people will not fight today. That's why I'm sitting in their middle, so that there will be no problem. All right. Okay, so we'll be looking at some key features of Android, some key features of iPhone. So please, as we go on, can you please tell us why you are using Android and the type of Android you are using? And if you are the iPhone user, write in the comment section if you are the iPhone user and why you are using iPhone. All right, thank you very much. So the first thing I would like us to look into an iPhone, for me as a person, I'm an Android user. So, sorry, I'm not just an Android user, I'm a Redmi user. So that I rep Redmi anytime, any day. All right, so now we'll be looking at display. So you will talk about the display of your phone. It's going to talk about the display of his phone. But first, okay, before I go into that, what phone do you use?
So I use an Oppo Reno 5, Oppo Reno 8T 5G.
Oppo Reno 8T 5G. That costs how much?
Currently around 489.
Wait. Hey, if you are rich man in this house. All right, so okay, areas. What did you use?
I use iPhone 12.
iPhone 12.
Yeah. 128.
Okay, it costs
600 plus.
Okay. So both of them, one have Android, the other has iPhone, and I think those two phones are not low-end phones. They're actually high-end. The Oppo Reno, it was a flagship phone that when it was released. Okay, so let's talk about display. Let me start with AY Royals. Let's talk about the display of your phone. What are the things you enjoy when you're using the display?
I enjoy the display of the iPhone is nothing to compare with Android.
Okay, not to be compared.
Yes, like I have used Android before moving down to iPhone. I've used a Redmi phone, which is, when I got the Redmi also, is second in town back then. So I've used a Redmi worth that price also, but the display is not as, when Swift connection, the touch alone
Is
something not to write on compared to Android. I don't say Android is not good, but I feel Android can still do better. Yes, Android can still do better. So don't let us go deep on
when it comes to display.
Android is better. Yes, Android should do better.
Please tell us display of your phone. Now, you're not talking about just your phone. You're talking about Android generally, and of course, your first hand experience. Your first hand experience examples will now be your own phone. So, what's the display of your phone compared to that of?
So, let's just use my phone as an example, just your phone. It's an AMOLED display, so it's actually one of the best displays you can get out there for an Android phone. And the thing about, it was mentioning something about touch just now, and I'll actually say this now. Actually, Android has better touch than iPhone. Okay, so there are a lot of varieties of touches that you can get. But if you're using high-end phone, because iPhones are high-end naturally, but if you're using high-end Android phone, you know you're going to be getting the best touch of any phone you can get. So that's how it is. That's how it always is Android.
Okay, so yes, I also use an AMOLED display, and of course, I know what that guy is capable of doing. But then we are still. So, will you decide which one has a better screen, a better display?
iPhone.
Definitely.
Okay, I'm going to do that research myself, but I think
If we have to go deeper, check about these young guys out there. They will tell you, even if they have one error, they still prefer to go with.
but then I think the AMOLED display is actually better than that top. Now, the experience is different. We still go to experience. Now, I'm not trying to take sides here, okay, but I'm going with facts. AMOLED displays are actually very good, and I think it's better than some of the ones put in iPhone. Let's not compare it. So, but then I think iPhone 12, 13, we can still compare the AMOLED display with that. Okay, so the next thing I want us to look into is the performance. Like, are they smooth? Are they low RAM? Will it still give me something good? So let me go back to the Android user, then come back to the iPhone.
Okay, so before now I was using before actually just two phones I am before now. I was using a Techno Spark phone, which is a very low RAM phone, so it's around 50 GB. So it's depending on how you value the phone, it's actually not going to be smooth after a while, obviously. But with this new phone, this is 80-gram phone and extendable up to 16. So with this phone, it's actually very, very smooth. The performance is very smooth. I can play games at least the highest resolution I can get on it. It's very, very smooth.
All right. So, how many RAM is your phone?
iPhone is not really.
You don't talk about RAM, but you have RAM.
Why would we talk about RAM? Even I can compare iPhone. What's it called? 7, 8. You'll still play the game which your Redmi is playing, your Oppo is playing rather. You know, you made mention about your, what's it called? What phone is that? The phone you said you were using before?
Techno Spark phone.
There are some games that an iPhone 7 user will play that your Techno Spark 4 can.
Yeah, that's normal. The phone is too big. It's very, very low. It's very, very low.
But you know they are the same.
Even your Techno Spark 4 is even newer than iPhone 7.
That's true, that's true.
So, due to performance, to me, I would say iPhone is still better.
But iPhone is best.
With
When it comes to memory management,
Oppo, with Everly,
and everything.
when it comes to memory management, and when it comes to performance, iPhone don't come up with unnecessary apps, inbuilt apps which are unnecessary. Even iPhone inbuilt apps, you can uninstall them, you can delete them.
You can't find it.
Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can't. There are some of your phones that there are apps you don't need that are with you. Sometimes the radio on your phone you can't delete it.
How come you can't use radio?
You can on iPhone.
Okay.
On iPhone, when you install iPhone, maximum app you can see is 6, 7. And those 6, 7 you can delete them away if you don't need them.
Okay.
And because that's because almost all the apps can be downloaded from iOS store. Right? I think some of the apps on Android you can't get them.
You can get most of
Can you actually get your radio on iOS?
Yeah, you can get a radio.
App-
A radio.
A radio. Okay, you can get the radio, but the FM radio that came probably with the phone, I think it's owned by the company that created the phone. So that's that on them performance. We'll be rating it based on what they have talked, what they have said. We'll be rating. So performance, I think we want to give it to iPhone, right? Okay. So okay, multitasking. This is probably still on performance. Multitasking. Yeah, does because we know that Android technically it has more features. It has more features, yes, than iPhones. So, but with the power of your Android or the power of your iPhone, which one do you think is
Definitely the Android, actually. Definitely the Android. When it comes to multitasking, you have floating windows. I've never seen that on an iPhone before. Floating window alone has already beaten everything that iPhone has to offer on multitasking. So yeah, definitely the Android actually.
So that means
Because you have an experience of using a laptop when you're on your Android, like a Windows?
Yes. It's very, very nice actually. It's a very, very nice tool to have.
Okay, how many things can you do on your iPhone at time? Like, tell us about multitasking.
iPhone doesn't. We don't really multitask. Yeah, we don't need it.
So it's like you're actually dropping your hands and dropping your guards on when it comes to multitasking. Okay, so the Android wins it on this end. Okay, it's getting more interesting. Battery life. Okay, let's go there. Battery life. So how long does your Oppo?
Okay, so on a full charge, my Oppo can last 6, 7, 8 hours on full charge.
6, 7, 8 hours. And how many hours, how many minutes or how many hours do you charge?
I can be done in 30 minutes from 0 to 100.
Hey, that's massive. 0 to 100, 30 minutes. And it's going to take you like 8 hours. I mean, okay, now let's go deeper. Like you're sharing hotspot with someone and you're working on the phone, the screen is on. How many hours?
Maybe about 5 then.
About 5.
And sharing hotspots on that's about 5 hours.
5 hours. So you can still take like 5 hours. 5 hours. Wow, that's great. Let's talk about it. And I'm feeling like this thing should go closer to home, but then I can say that I can backward.
iPhone, we don't really need the battery. Yeah, exactly. We don't need the battery.
Anything that is not on your phone, you don't need it.
Like, iPhone has studied users, and they know what we need. Like, if I'm on my phone can charge within 30 minutes or so. My iPhone still can charge within 30 minutes. Even if we don't have like Nigerian power supply now, if there's power outage, even within 30 minutes of the restoration of the power, my phone is full.
Within 30 minutes?
Yes.
Your phone is full. And then how many hours?
But my Android is not full.
How many hours do you charge it up?
iPhone users, we're always on our phone.
Why are you always on things necessary?
And I would like to make something clear.
Okay.
Android will tell you 4,000 mAh, 5,000 mAh. We don't really know those.
You don't want to know how many.
Our mAh is our mAh is either within 2005 and 21. Those 2005 and 21, where you would understand that our battery is different. There are some AirPods, wristwatch, they will put that same. You know that if those wristwatches are doing the same task that we're using this phone for, they will die before this. One thing is the way our batteries are created is different from the way Android batteries are created.
We kind of agree. We agree that
my battery still lasts for your battery 5 hours.
5 hours.
Consistent using. Yes, 5 hours. Yes. iPhone 13. I've used iPhone 13 also. iPhone 13 use above 8 hours. Consistent using it. COD. Replace COD.
Allah.
That. The latest release, iPhone 15. The battery is even more powerful than
Number ones.
the rest.
But that one is 5,000 mAh as well. That one is also 5,000 mAh as well.
It's not the my image. Don't let
It's
foolish.
around 4,000, 5,000, but I'm sure.
It's not the
Okay, so it's like the way they are talking about it now is like there's going to be a time when it comes to battery. But then,
if I'm not using my battery at all, like
Standby. On standby.
just a standby, if you use a full day.
Wow.
on standby, how long can you?
Days on standby.
If you use a full day.
So I think the Android has it when it comes to battery. Do you have a power bank?
Pardon.
Yes.
Yes, I have power bank. What because of my iPhone?
You have a power bank also.
Why do you have a power bank?
Because of the life conditions.
Because of light condition. Not because.
Not because of the phone.
Not because of my
No. Don't talk about Android here. You are not an Android user. I'm just trying to. You are not an Android user. So okay, all right. We move on to the next thing I have. Okay, when it comes to the ecosystem of the both phones, the features that we have on each of the phones, probably the OS. You want to talk about the OS and all that.
If you're talking about, there's nothing to be arguing here. Like, iOS beat it all. Hands down. When I'm talking about operating system, iOS beat it all. Should we talk about the assistant?
Hey, you want to talk about Siri? Yeah.
Should we talk about the assistant? Should we talk about our wallet?
Okay.
I can pay if Nigeria set it with just my phone swiping through. I can pay.
Yeah, Androids have that too.
Apple Pay.
Androids have that too. It's just there's no really.
Talk about security.
No, I guess that's a feature of NFC.
Yeah, that's an NFC.
Okay, your phone has an NFC.
My phone has an NFC.
So you know that's security.
Yeah. Talking about security,
No, whose phone has been hacked here?
none.
But Android seems to complain more. Like, if you Google search,
Yeah.
Android users complain more about their data being leaked, data breach. It's very rare for you to see an iPhone user complain that their data is being.
Okay. Let's talk about.
Android user, do you know that they sell Android user data, your data, they sell it in the Android. You can't find that on iPhone.
This thing is open source now.
Yeah, it's open source.
It's open.
But
Why?
So now another thing about, sorry, we are diverted from our iOS. Another thing is on iPhone,
yeah.
you on our Apple Store,
Yeah.
you can't just find any apps. The reason why is we're after our user security.
You have that quality.
No one goes to quality now. Security.
Now, yes, there's something you're after when you buy
Our security.
what?
I am after my versatility.
Versatility. Okay, so I think the focus
With security, like, it's very rare for you to download an app on iPhone. Your Android. Okay, let's go back to the Android you thought about. Your Spark 2 displays ad.
Display, yeah?
Yes, advertisement.
Yeah, display ads. That's because it's a living phone.
Like,
Okay.
when on net will I open my screen and I'll be seeing an advertisement? Didn't I pay for the phone?
Yeah,
Wait,
but the price you are paying
guys.
for the phone is different.
Wait, guys. You see, for me, I'm an Android user, but then I don't want you to. When you are talking of Android and iPhone, you want to compare. There are some brands you should not compare. Anyway, I don't know, maybe they will say.
We're talking about.
I will not mention their name, but then
We're talking about iPhone, Android in general.
Android in general. So you are now capitalizing on the error of some companies. Don't capitalize. Let's talk broadly about all of them together. Okay, it's a valid point. There are ads on Android.
Yeah.
So,
on
on your own end, the ecosystem of Android, what do you say about it? You talked about how that's it really down.
down punch.
Yeah. Android ecosystem is actually always generally good. It's very versatile. It's always about the security stuff. I'm going to mention about my phone. My phone is actually very secure because it's not allowed me to use my bank if the network I'm connected to is not secure. Imagine if I'm connected to your Wi-Fi now and the Wi-Fi connection is connected to like 700 people. It's not going to allow me to connect to my bank app and I can't transfer anything. So that's one of the security features of my phone. And just about security, I don't just say
If you talk about your phone, what about if you talk about your phone? What about that Android phone?
other Android phones, I would say Android phones within my
So
price range
I'm
upwards.
I'm talking
Within my
about
price range
iPhone in general,
upwards.
not about my own iPhone.
Okay, we should talk about
Talk
iPhone
about
generally.
iPhone 6, so talk about iPhone.
Yes, that's why I made mention of iPhone 7 the other time when you made mention of your phone.
But don't forget,
Yes,
I don't expect anybody to go to market and go and buy a smartphone now. So let's talk about 20. Because by the time you start taking this matter down, you will take it back to the original and the first Android phone that was released.
We're talking about the iPhone security itself. iPhone 6, the first iPhone 6 was hacked in the first 5 minutes of its release. The iPhone 6 that first created, it was hacked in the first 5 minutes. It was just hacked, like the password was hacked in the first 5 minutes. You just bought the phone and it was hacked.
yeah, that's first generation.
So it's just coming up.
Well, just coming up, you can't compare this. When was the last time you update your phone?
Last week.
Last week. Like they give you a release of your update.
Yeah, last week.
And what was the update entitled entail?
It was a security patch.
Security patch and what?
That was all. Just security patch.
Uh, our iPhone, our securities standby. When was the last time you updated? Before the recent update.
Like a month ago.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Android is not with that. I use Android also.
But I using different brands, It's different brands.
All right, this matter is a tie. Ecosystem, they will continue to talk about it. That's me.
Android ecosystem is still better.
Eh?
Android
supposed to.
ecosystem.
Android.
iPhone ecosystem.
You are supposed to.
Hey Siri. Nox. Lumos. Hey Siri. Lumos.
Let's
Try that. Try that.
I can actually.
Yeah.
Okay. But.
Hey Siri.
Google answer my response.
Lumos.
Android.
okay, let's have it. Let's have it.
Lumos.
That can never happen. Let me show you something.
Android.
Hey Siri. Nox. Okay, let me do that. What do you tell
I just said Android. Lumos.
Android?
No. You have to swipe up to get the assistant. I didn't set it up.
I see the different.
I
Hey
set
Siri.
it up.
This is set
They
to.
set up for it.
Set it up.
We'll do it after the podcast. We'll do that after the podcast.
Oh, like this is very simple.
You voice control.
I can talk to my Siri anywhere in my room, in my house.
Yes, we understand. Okay, let's move on. This matter will not go finish out today. And when you talk about the ecosystem, so okay. The next thing I would like us to move into. Hey, we have talked battery life. We have talked about ecosystem. Let's talk about cameras. Okay. So, what do you say about the camera of iPhone and the camera of an Android? So, what makes it better, one better than each other? Because I've actually argued with somebody about the camera of my phone and an iPhone 12 camera. Yeah, we had to compare. Like, let's do this thing.
Okay.
All right.
So I want to be fair this time and compare the latest iPhone and the latest Samsung. Let's just put out there that Samsung and iPhone. Let's say they call two highest competing brands at the moment. So currently on the Samsung, the S24 Ultra, you can actually do 100x zoom. There's AI embedded inside the cameras directly, and a lot of other features too. I think they have this new stuff that you can actually. That one I think it's also having an iPhone, but I'm not entirely sure. I think it's better on the Samsung because you can swipe, you can pick objects in after you take a picture of it, and I think that's all about it. But actually,
There are many things to actually say about that, especially about Samsung. Yes.
so yeah, but hey, you should know it's better. According this, you know it's better. You know it's better.
So please tell us about
when it comes to camera, Android tends to work in blue light. Android cameras. iPhone, they want the one that light. And when we have that light, our camera quality can be compared with anything called Android. That's why you see most of our young girls out there, when there is sun, they pick up their camera, they're outside, they want some kids, they want, and we have our ring lights. So when you talk about camera and color grading, iPhone did the job perfectly.
Okay.
Well, I've used iPhone to live stream, I've used Android to live stream. When you talk about Android will be separating the color for you, but iPhone we match all the colors together to give you a unique image.
Okay. I want to add something on. So I think it was last year. There's a particular person who did a test on it. I don't know if I can mention the channel. MKBHD. He did a full video of everything. All the he put iPhones, he put Pixels, he put Android, different Android phones together. And at the end of his tests, he found out that the Pixel, is it the 5 or the 6A, came out on top of everything. And it's actually not him that actually graded it. He gave out a poll to people to grade it for him. So he gave out a poll. Which do you think which picture is better out of these 5 pictures? Which picture is better out of these 5 pictures? So at the end of the day, the Pixel 6A came out on top. And see, to make matters worse, I think even Android iPhone did not come out second, third, or fourth. It came out fifth or everything, and that was I think at that time it was is it 12 or 11 that came out fifth at that particular point.
So, but then, okay, that's correct. I understand that a lot of people have the low end, let me say, or mid-range flagship of Android, and only few people have, like, a lot of people have the iPhone, the regular iPhones. Now, I only see people use what's it called, Google Pixel. No, like here in our area where we are, I'm not talking about probably UK, US, and all the rest, but then in Nigeria, you it's only a tech person that you will see iPhone now, say iPhone, Google Pixel, and they will trash to iPhone and they will pick Google Pixel. That's Android though. That's part of Android. So for me, I don't know, but then you will still have to say something. I feel the 2023 iPhone was not the best camera. It was not the
Is it back in 2023?
we have not got to the end of 2024. We don't know what cast. They are coming with you so much believe in this your brand. You so much believe in this your brand. A lot of things iPhone is cashing up.
iPhone 16, iPhone 16, iOS 18.
My God. Let's have it. Let's have it.
Yeah. Okay. Before we move on,
Okay.
I want to try something.
Yes.
With my iPhone, I can transfer images just like doing like this. And just by moving
With no app.
with no app, with nothing, I will transfer images just by doing this. I can transfer all my data from here to here just like this.
That's
An Android with that.
You have a phone copy. We can do copy. Like
there's an app for it on Android.
We don't need a third party app.
we're not talking about a third party.
No, he said there's an app for
There's
it.
an app for it. There's also an app on your phone for it.
No,
Like, okay, show us.
we don't. If there's an iPhone now, I can do that.
No, what I'm saying is that you will have to share, like you're sharing, and it goes to the next to the folder. All right. So it's necessary to stop at this point for that of let me say for photography. So you video recording. I do 4K.
I cannot, unfortunately. I can't put it on my phone.
Unfortunately,
I can do 4K. I can do cinematic.
I can do cinematic. Okay, I can do 4.
What about cinematic?
I can do 4K. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Let's leave that out.
Can
It's
do
not
4K.
two against one. I'm just here to mediate between the two of you. All right. So,
But actually, Samsung X24
fuck cute booting. Yes, 8K. And Samsung can even do both front and back recording. iPhone cannot do that. You forgot to say that.
With TikTok now, iPhone can.
Yeah, let's say
iPhone can.
let's leave third party out of this matter. All right, so okay, let's go to customization.
Oh.
Oh, oh, I'm listening.
Sorry, AY, how you change your ringtone?
My ringtone.
Yes.
We don't change ringtones.
You don't change ringtone
We are mature enough.
because you
We are
don't change ringtone
contending.
because you don't change ringtone because
No, that's bad. That's bad. We are contending.
you are contented. Or you cannot change it. There's a difference.
No, we don't need to change it.
You-
We don't need to change it.
okay. So when it comes
Like
to
our
customization,
ringtone, is where we are. You identify it. When you hear, once you hear that, dun, 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 dun. Even some Android users try to copy us. You see all these Techno Spark 2, Spark 3, they will download iPhone ringtone just for them to feel amount.
That's it.
No, for them to feel amount.
Okay, we are talking about customization. How far can you customize your phone?
my phone, I can customize almost every part of my phone. From the way the apps look on the phone, I can customize the refresh rate of my phone. I can customize the picture, the animations, how they play. There's almost, I don't think there's a part of Android that you can actually customize.
Okay, iOS is
We don't need.
the Android.
iOS is built for business-oriented people. Just for us to call, check videos, and go back to our daily life activities. We don't need. We are not. They don't design it. We are not software engineers. Why do you expect me to be customizing app? I'm not a software engineer.
So
I'm an end user.
for customization, you don't have
We
it.
don't need it. The iOS, Apple brand know that we don't need it. So that's why, actually, that's why Android has this issue of having apps they don't need because they are trying to overdo.
I try to.
Yes, iOS wants you to be able to manage your space, manage what you need at that time. Not me having 50 apps on my phone and I don't do more than WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook.
So now we understand that the Androids can actually customize more. iPhone users, you don't need customization.
No, we don't need to.
So you are brick and mortar. We are silicon. All right, thank you. So we move on to.
But we have some customization.
You were talking about software updates. You have few customizations. Android have it. Don't go back. Don't go back. So you were talking about software updates the other time. Longevity. So iPhones, like the the longevity of your phones, the updates and all that. How long can you use an iPhone update, iOS update, or how long can you use Android update? Not like do you update constantly?
Yes, we do.
Constantly, like with what's the time frame like?
3 3 months.
Mine is like a month or two apart.
When to 3 months, we have iOS 17 4.1, iOS 17 5, and so on and so on. Still, we have the latest iOS 18.
Now, if I may ask, when there's a new update, are you happy there's a new update that you will see cool features on your phone, or do you when there's a new update, do you expect new features or
Yes,
new features? Like what was the recent?
and uh, our updates basically is about security. Like 90% of our updates are always about security. Security.
I think it's
Yeah, mostly the same.
And sometimes
they give us features.
Yeah.
our
Majorly
interface, we work on our interface also. On each of our updates, we work on our interface. Just like we the latest updates, the recent update we had is about we changing what's it called, images as a wallpaper. And I think Android has that back far back, but not as good as us.
No problem.
Our wallpaper without any external third party app, we can remove our background as our image.
Of course, yes, I think that's true with
That's true with my phone as well.
you can change the background.
Not from your wallpaper.
Like from the side wallpaper. Like from the picture, you just say set as background and
I can customize my wallpaper. This is the one with it. I can customize it, add different images I want.
you are just taking us back to that customization of the thing. The only thing probably they can customize is their
I think it's
what's
just
this?
the
wallpaper.
I think that's
And
what actually.
Don't allow
allow us go back to customization, software update, and all that. Okay.
I can remove my background, change anything, change how I want all my.
Your time and everything how you want it to look like. Okay. All right. That's okay. That's fine. I think
They can.
because the issue is that you guys can do that when it comes to iPhone 12, 13, all those your iPhone. Let's not mention them. All right, security and privacy. You talked about security. So everybody's up. Android, iPhone.
Even when we talk about security, Forbes said iOS has the best security. It was 97% of Android has malware. Do you want to counter that?
I have not personally seen that article.
What do you say?
I have not personally seen the article, but I'll just counter that.
Okay.
It can never be up to 97%.
It can never be.
Up to 97%.
Okay, this is according to a report by Forbes, 97% of smartphone malware targets Android phones. 97% of smartphone malware targets Android phones.
That does not mean that there is. It's a target. The target is that they want to break into it.
They break into it.
There's something special about Android. That's why
No, because one, Android is easy to hack. If my phone is stolen, I can lock my phone. One, they won't be able to hack into the phone to change password or change anything. The only thing they will be sending to me is messages. If I get a recent phone, it's messages of them trying to tell me that I should unlock with a link with something. But with Samsung, with a laptop, I can hack into Samsung. There are these some phones that Amazon do lock. There was, is it kernel or what did they call this stuff? Not OS,
Not Kindle.
the Nox.
Not Kindle.
People will unlock Nox easily now, within 2 minutes. But with iOS, you can't. I have seen someone his phone was stolen in London. When he tried the phone, I think 4 months later, the phone is in Hong Kong. They are saying that, see, now, the last time I of that phone, even as good as China are, they are one of the best tech also. They were unable to crack that phone.
I actually give iPhone that.
Eh?
I actually give iPhone that.
When did you actually do it?
I give iPhone that.
And when you lost your phone with iPhone, you can, while the battery is off, while your phone is off, you can still track it.
But I think Android also did a good job. Because I think Android is also trying to do a good job on that now.
You can still track your phone. Like, you will track your phone. When I was at Lagos back then in 2019, a phone was stolen as I was at Oceanography VI. We saw that phone at Babs just by tracking. We held the person at, okay, you are with someone's phone. We searched the person and we saw the phone. Just by tracking. If you give you a real-time movement,
even if your battery is
off,
but
Android can understand.
Android is catching up.
They are catching up.
Yeah.
Because
Definitely.
I lost a phone in 20. I lost a phone in August last 2 or 3 years, and I got it back in. I got it back like 3 months after. Now on the phone, they were telling me that, like, because I wrote it there, that phone stolen. If found, call 000. I put my number, and the policemen saw the phone, like they raided and got it from some criminals, and they called me back that this phone has been making noise. Like, I practically saw a backo sack that was containing about 200 phones. Now, it was only Redmi that was shouting. There were many iPhones inside that place, many iPhones, and many of them don't know where their phone is. And of course, I know they must have locked it. I locked mine too. But mine was beeping to them that this phone was returned. This phone was returned to the owner. So Redmi, I think, is trying in that aspect. You lost your Redmi, you can lock. They have flashed the phone. They flashed the phone, but they couldn't get that security.
Redmi is just like Redmi is just like a low budget Samsung.
What do you?
wow,
What do you mean? What do you mean? Have you seen Xiaomi 13 Ultra? Because you tell me about. Okay, you are talking about Redmi. Let's talk about the Xiaomi brand totally.
Let's go to Samsung.
We are talking Android. Yeah, you made mention of Redmi. We are talking Android and iPhone. So don't be specific about whether it is Redmi. We are not against the fact that it is low budget. It's low budget, but then it's doing great. It's doing great. So for me, security. Let's give it iPhone. But I think Android is trying their best. Okay, no problem. I'd like to.
sorry, before you
continue.
continue,
Currently,
on my phone,
there's
there's
this feature.
You can't switch off my phone without my permission. Currently. And I think that's the best feature for Android currently.
Why do I need to switch off the phone, bro?
Like,
Maybe stolen.
Anybody can just turn off the phone. Yes.
Wait,
can I access?
Okay, follow me. Did I tell you
Can I
that
access your Wi-Fi when
Your phone is locked. Like your hotspot, turn on your hotspot, turn on your data.
my phone is when it's locked? If my phone is locked, you can't even access it.
I can't access it. Can I access it?
You can't access it because once my my hotspot is idle for 30 minutes, 30 seconds, going to 1 minute, it's turn off itself.
But there's feature for that.
I feel like we strap those back stuff right. So feel me,
We don't need to do those features. It's already in lift.
Let's give iPhone.
Now, okay, no problem. We give it to iPhone. Price. Flagships, the flagship phones. Are they actually offering, like, do iPhone offer the value for the money it was purchased, or Android offers a better value for their flagships?
For me not to be bad yet, Android offers the value for the money.
Well, they give you more than you pay for, right?
Yes, because they think their user expects more from them because they are coming up. For iPhone, we are using the same thing. Just someone using iPhone 14 has a touch. And what's the name of this thing we are using now? Notch. This notch. There's a name we call it. For 14 Pro, 15, and 15 Pro, they all has this. What I just feel iPhone does is they will give you 3 to 4, 5 updates from your different, which we want you to come for that. Now, yeah, before it's just for silent mode, silent. But with the current iPhone 14 or 15, I can customize this to turn on touch lights. With the current iPhone 15 and the upcoming iOS 18, I can customize this to anything I want.
It's like, really, you forgot all these things when we're talking about customization. It's now that it's done on you that, wait, we have lost on customization. Android has it on customization. Don't go there. We know you guys are coming up. So now you agree just now that the Android users get more value for their money than these things. So budget options, are they which one is strong, affordable? Which one is stronger and affordable? It's still Android, Abby. So now longevity. Which one stays longer? If I get an Android of 400k, iPhone of 400k, which one stays longer?
To me, it depends on the user.
Exactly.
That
Depends on the user.
if it is the same person, like same person using Android, iPhone.
It depends on the user, and it depends on the user. Because the user might decide to change the iPhone. Okay, I think there's a new feature of iPhone. I want to change. I want to change.
So, if I'm going to talk about that, I actually think I want to go with Android this time again because this phone is only God that knows how many times I've hit it on the ground, and there's almost no crack on the screen, and there's almost no crack on my screen because even though it has fallen down a lot of times, and that's because it has Gorilla Glass. It's for that price. I think that price upwards you get something like Gorilla Glass, even on Samsung and things like that.
You have it on your phone. I have Gorilla Glass.
Yeah, yours. I don't know.
No. There's a grade for each of the Gorilla glasses.
Yeah, I think they are replaced by IP35, IP36 or something like that.
It's really good. But then, okay, I think it depends on the user. So that is undecided. Undecided. Depends on the user. All right. So let me just say resale value. Finally, let's talk about the resale value.
Okay.
All right. So if you have to resell your phone, this is you got it how much? 290. Now it's currently 400 plus. Okay, that's because of dollar and then naira. Yo, 600. I'm not even sure 30% of those people who use iPhone in Nigeria uses it.
No. People use
But like based on percentage, maybe about 30% or 20% of people who use iPhone. Yeah, this is the new one. So, but most persons are actually using the second hand. So I think without talking too much about it, iPhone has better resale value.
taste excellent.
No, but then if this guy is actually doing well. What's it called?
Samsung.
Not Samsung. What's the name of this one? Google Pixel.
Yeah.
Google Pixel, because people who are using Google Pixel too, we have a lot of people who are reselling.
So in the environment we are in this present day Nigeria, this apple that is cut at the back, that has this cut, has a better result.
The one that has been cut at the back.
I remember I got an iPhone SR back in 2021 for 180,000 naira. I sold that iPhone XR 2023. There is no dollar palava, there's nothing. At the rate of 160,000 naira. No, I got it 180. Sold it for one thing about Android in Nigeria is once you get that Android, once you leave that shop and you call back, your value is divided into two.
I can actually back that up. The day I got my phone, the next day I went back and they already have it. They already have the price of the phone. They said if I want to give it back to them, they said that is it not 180 or something.
For real.
Yeah,
God. If you are deciding to get an Android phone, please make sure you don't try to return. First-hand experience. All right, so finally,
Try this with your phone.
stop it now. Why? Why you did? Let's remove our power. Great. Let's see which one falls.
Oh,
What is
this?
this? My phone got rid of that. Wait, wrong.
How about?
My phone is round. But does it
No.
have any?
I have one pouch here that I can put.
I don't need to use pouch.
Hey, because we have a flat edge now.
Does it have? But it does not have any economical value now.
Now then you can take this to the bank and use it to collect money. So don't despise your space. Tell us final thing you want to tell us about iPhone.
So I think depending on what you want from your phone, it's actually okay to look at the two different phones and just said that okay, I want an iPhone because it does this, does that. But generally, I would suggest to go for a high-end phone if you are going for a Android. If not, if you have very low budget and you can maybe get an iPhone 7 upwards at that price, I don't know. But I think it's better to go for an iPhone if you have very low budget because of what you were mentioning about RAM and something like that, about the game performance and something like that. It's actually better to get an iPhone if you have a lower.
So for you to get are you saying now for you to get what you will something good on Android, you will need a future development?
You can get something good actually for lower amounts, but it's not just going to be as good as the iPhone at these prices.
So optimally,
yeah. iPhone. If they are low, but it's very.
So in a long time, do you see yourself dropping Android because you have Android, or do you see yourself dropping iPhone? No, you will not drop iPhone. Are you considering getting it?
I
I don't
can
think I've ever considered getting.
I can still drop Android once I get a Mac.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about. Based on the ecosystem you currently have, also let me mention that if you have a MacBook and you have an iPad, it's not wise to go and get an Android at that point. It's just like a waste of money because you have to now get extra tools that you know start sending data from
Device to device. Okay, so if you have a MacBook, you definitely want to get an iPhone.
Exactly.
Alright, I guess it. So you drop Android if you have a Mac. Alright, so this matter, no the finish, especially when it comes to iPhone. Bring another set of people tomorrow, you will hear another story about Android and iPhone.
Yeah.
For now,
Even for us to talk about assistant, our Siri will tell you that there is no any other assistant. Yeah. Hey Siri, who is the best assistant?
checking.
No any other assistant.
You didn't understand? I guess the question was not in context. So, but then, thank you very much for staying through.
For iPhone still better. Get an iPhone today. Actually, iPhone is better.
Okay, no problem. Whichever one you are using.
You have your 3 camera, you have your 2 camera.
Please off his mic.
iPhone is still better.
That's all for today on this podcast. We hope to bring another set of users and probably another discourse entirely on this tech podcast. Thank you very much for staying through. If you have not subscribed to the channel, do well to subscribe to the channel now. Like this video. It's important that you like the video. If you have subscribed before, like the video so that it can be recommended to other persons that want to check out this. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again in the next video. Thank you very much, Mr. AY. So, all right. Bye-bye.